This video will be to those who are on self-development, particularly those who have, I guess, made progress, you know, who have changed their lives significantly. So, just, just know that this video is meant towards those people. Anyway, you will be different from other people. A lot of people ask you, why do you do certain things or not do certain things? So, such as, why do you subject yourself to cold showers if you do cold showers? Why do you go to the gym? Why do you abstain from drugs and alcohol? Why? My answer? Give him any answer, honestly. Okay. For the 3 questions, I basically said you can answer because I want to better myself, because I know that they're bad for me, because I want to have a better future, because I want to be a better person. Any of those really work. And don't pay attention to them, because these questions really come from insecurities. Because think about it. I'm pretty sure we all know that drugs and alcohol is bad. Going to the gym is good. Cold showers maybe has more argument, but for majority of self-development things, people ask you why because they're insecure. You are doing good things to yourself. You are becoming better. Other people are staying stagnant. You are being different. You are causing them to self-reflect on themselves. You are causing them to reveal their insecurities. They are doing the bad behaviors that you're not doing. You are higher than they are, and they feel insecure about it. So they will question you. They will try to bring you down. But resist. You're on the path of self-development. You should know that this is going to happen. People will resist. And you'll find that there'll be an extremely small number of people like you. You'll be strange. People may even label you as strange. You might be silently ostracized, whether you know it or not. You'll feel uncomfortable. But I think that you also feel pride, or at least you should feel pride. Because you're doing something most people aren't. And even when people aren't saying it to your face, or you're not hearing it from rumors or other people, people will acknowledge that you're doing good in their hearts. They may outwardly say it. They may outwardly say insults. But they know in their hearts that you're better. You're doing what they are failing to do. You are objectively better than them. In some ways. This leads me to another point. If you're truly serious about self-development, you will need to cut off some friends. And honestly, a lot of those people might not even be actual friends. It's going to be hard. Self-development is hard. So why should this be easy? And if you decide, I think that you should cut off friends that do not bring you any value, friends that only bring you down. But you should also acknowledge that you're doing this because you're selfish. Accept that. You do it because you want to get better, and they are holding you down. Have the conviction to do so. Just cut them off. And remove the shackles that are binding you down with them. So on the flip side, I'm not saying that you need to cut off all your friendships and be an asshole about it. Especially, don't be an asshole. Don't burn bridges. And what I mean by cutting off friendships is really, you don't need to say, oh, you don't need to like list off all of their bad qualities and just, I mean, that's just being an asshole. But a good way, I mean, just slip away. Just stop talking to them as much. And I mean, you really have to be selfish about this in order to really do it. And I mean, I feel like most of your friends, you shouldn't do this with. Only like those that are truly harming you more than benefiting you. Those people are the ones you should cut. You'll be lonely. And that's okay. Because self-development is a solo sport. Not many people are going to cheer for you. That's okay. It's all for your betterment. It's all for your growth. Know the pain of being alone so that you can cherish your friends in the future or in the present. Cherish your friends. Cherish your true friends. You can only really do that if you know the pain of being lonely. It'll be frustrating when you're trying to find new friends. Perhaps you're using a filter. Stop that. People are not one-dimensional characters. If you filter people, you're only seeing them through one lens, or a couple of lenses. Get to know them first. But also take time to debate on forming friendships with them. And it was in an anime episode that I watched recently. It was that friendship takes more calculation than courtship. You don't have a prime motivator in friendship, such as love. So you look for other advantages of being with that person, or being friends with a certain person. And I mean, we may all say that this is wrong, they should be a friend with someone for themselves, but that is partly wrong. We make calculations if we want someone as a friend. I mean, this is true for superficial reasons and also for deep reasons. The so-called being with someone for themselves is also a calculation. You may like how they behave, how they crack jokes, how they make you laugh, how you admire them, etc. It's all a calculation, really. You like these traits about them, so you want to be with them. So what I'm saying is, when you're trying to make new friends, you will inevitably use a filter, however small, but you want to minimize that so that you get to really know that person without prejudice. And on the same vein, don't get annoyed and give up. Keep searching for your friends or for your future friends. And remember to keep an open mind when meeting someone. They may be the person that parties, but is also the person who works on several projects towards his future. Don't deselect someone just because of one or a couple of unfavorable traits. And finally, this really is all your ego. You're comparing yourself to other people, and that automatically involves your ego. Therefore, all of this is constituted in ego. Is that bad? Not necessarily. But you should know that this is all stemming from ego. The feeling that you're different is from ego. We're all humans. I mean, we all know what it feels like to take a shit. I was going to say take a piss, but even then we have like different genitalia. And if you find yourself obsessing over the fact that you're different, then your ego's taking over. We are similar. I think that we are more similar than we are different. I mean, just look at your gene. Like, look at the sequence of your genes. So. And while you may be on self-development, that does not mean that other people won't be on it in the future. Or perhaps even tomorrow. doesn't make you better. It makes you early. That's it. Perhaps someone doesn't even know what self-development is. Can you seriously say you're better than them? They've never heard the term before. Can you seriously say you're better than them? If they had learned of self-development, perhaps they would be you. Perhaps they would be better than you. You never know. You never know. Perhaps they need some more experience in life, with life, before they can take a dive in to self-development. Perhaps you can be the catalyst for their exploration. Perhaps you can rise up, man up, and invite them into this journey. Perhaps you can help others as they have helped you. So, while we may be different in terms of those who are on self-development and those who are not, that doesn't mean that people can't get in self-development. The goal, I believe, of self-development is for everyone to get on it. It is to make everyone the same in terms of if you're on self-development or not. It's a noble goal, and I want to be a part of it, which is why I'm making this video, so that perhaps you'll do the same. Perhaps you will convince another person to get on self-development, and perhaps that person also then convinces another person. It's just a cycle, and perhaps this will explode, and self-development will be something that's normal. That would be amazing. Imagine that.